Alright, good morning everyone. Today is August the 7th. Yeah, these are some of my works from the day before, the past days. Did I draw yesterday? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. So, today is the 7th, and I am going to draw this person. I do have a busy schedule for today, which I don't really want. To be honest, I don't really like those go busy schedules, just personally for me. Although I can, but I just prefer not to have that kind of schedule. Yeah, today we're gonna draw this guy. Look, I made it into a cube, my kneadable eraser. Today I have a couple of stuff planned out for the day. I am going for an interview, I guess, at a paint shop. Like a paint bar, that type. And yeah, see how it goes. I hope it's okay. Like, there I wish I can learn teaching skills, as in teaching people how to paint and stuff like that. But like, I'm just kind of hoping the manager would be good. That's it. But if not, it's okay, I think. Yep. And in the afternoon around 3, I have a friend that's coming over. He asked me to do a commission for him a while ago, around the end of June or like mid-June or something. And I still haven't done it, so I feel kind of bad, to be honest. And I think, like, for me, it's so hard for me to do commissions because it just feels like work, sometimes. Although I can do it easily, but like sometimes it just feels like, ugh, why? Yeah, so I realized, I guess commissions are not really for me. I think this guy is gonna be hard. I don't know. His nose should be here. Yeah? Oh, I don't know how to draw. Ugh. Anyway. Mouth. His ear is like higher than his nose, so it might be here. Yeah, and my friend is coming over because a while ago my hard drive broke, and inside it's some of the stuff that my friend is drawing, that wants me to draw. So he's kind enough to come back and then ask me to draw for him again. But yeah, that's the story of this. There's another commission that one of my coffee shop friend as in, like, I usually have my way of meeting people, and sometimes it's in random places, and their age varies. Like, I can have friends that's a lot younger than me, and I have friends that are a lot older than me. So they have my friends, they're a huge age range. Okay, so he's super nice. He's like a second dad to me, kind of. Like, him and his wife, like, they're all really kind people and wanted to help me type. yeah, so back then he wanted me to paint him a cardinal, like a type of bird, because at that time I was still doing watercolor. I was doing watercolor animals for a little bit. I was following tutorials and I realized, oh, tutorial sucks, kind of. So, yeah, he wanted me to do that, but I still haven't done it since. You know, I feel like sometimes the guilt definitely creeps in. Like, you're kind of ashamed that you haven't done it in a while and just put it away. I feel like it definitely has a little bit of percentage in that. Yeah, what else? Oh, and then at nighttime tonight I have another live portrait drawing. I think doing a live portrait, I think I'm starting to burn out of that, to be honest. Yeah, a couple days ago, like on the weekend, some of my friends were asking me like, how do I deal with burnouts or like artist blocks? And then, I don't know, I had artist blocks a while ago when I was doing Studio Ghibli stuff. Maybe one day I'll show you guys all the Ghibli stuff I have painted. Most of them are on my Instagram, to be honest. And yeah, there's a time I was painting it every single day, and then after that I was like, oh, this sucks, because I didn't really want to do it, because anime or Studio Ghibli, it kind of has to be a certain style, you know what I mean? Like, the color has to be a certain color. You can do fan art and then like improvise it yourself, but like for me, using my imagination is just a little bit harder. I prefer to have my skill levels a little bit better and then use my imagination. Let's see. Eyebrow starts here. Yeah, so there was a time I kept on drawing Studio Ghibli, and I think after a month or so I just stopped for a couple of months because I was just tired of it. Like, I was tired of it, and I was like figuring out what I want to do, because I don't really want to draw anime for the rest of my life. That's why I stopped, and I was like trying to figure out, okay, then what's next? You know, how to prioritize your decisions. Should I do this? Should I do that? Yeah. I think during the artist block, what I really like to do is do other stuff. Other artistic stuff. As in, like, during that period, I was, painting landscape. And I think I was also either doing film as well, film photography. I was just having fun with these, like, rest all the time you need, but I think still do something creative is really important, because everything that's creative, it will eventually kind of make who you are, you know? It will integrate it to your own work, and yeah. Let's see. I feel like for portraits, eyes is definitely like the hardest part. I remember talking to this with my studio mate. He was asking me like, what do I find is the most hardest of, like, from a portrait? And then I was like, I was saying making the eyes even, you know, kind of making the eyes that makes sense. I think that's the hardest part. And then we were just talking about our practices, and then I realized that usually I draw like a whole shape, and then I would start with the mouth first, and then nose, and then eyes. And then my friend was like, oh, what? Interesting. And then I was like, oh yeah, true, that is interesting, because I didn't realize that. Because for me, what I find is like, once I kind of establish the nose and the mouth, I know where the ear is going, and I know the distance between like the other side of the face, like both sides of the face, and like the chin area. So like for me, that's somewhat of an easier way for me to understand instead of setting the eyes first. Like, because if I set the eyes first and then I realize, oh, the eye is a wrong placement, or like whatever, I have to either adjust the eye or either adjust the full face, and neither one of that is easy. But if I have the nose in place first and I realize, oh, I should have shifted this face a little bit, whatever, a little bit backwards or forwards, or like, yeah, then that will be easier because it's just a couple of lines. Yeah, it's what I find. And I just got one of the artists that I follow, I just got his Patreon, as in I just joined his Patreon. A lot of the times I like Patreons because like you can just learn from them. But then a lot of the times, like some artists, it's not like they teach on Patreon. They just like share their personal work that they don't really want to share on Patreon. And then a lot of the times, like, it doesn't say on their Patreon page, like their homepage, saying like what kind or what type of information they have. So usually that keeps me a little bit... Like, if I'm gonna spend, I know $15, $20 is not that much, but if I'm gonna spend my money, I wanna know if it's worth it, all right? I wanna know if it's worth it. Let me see his eyes. I think his eyes, this eye should be a little bit downwards. And if I'm not getting a lot of, like, content or information, I'm like, ugh, why am I even spending this? But yeah, or like sometimes it's pretty bad, but like sometimes I just buy the first month and then I just cancel because I got the information I need. But obviously you should support, you know, the artists that you want to support. For me, a lot of the times I'm just getting information. Like if I have a question, I can't find it anywhere, and I feel like this artist has the answer that I want, I'm gonna ask them. And yesterday night I watched a movie called Rare Window, basically saying that a guy with a broken leg, that he really likes to peek out, like while his leg was broken, he really likes to peek out the window and look at the building in front of him, like what people are doing and stuff like that. Yeah, and then all of a sudden one day he realized, oh, a guy probably killed his wife or lover or whatever. So he found that out, and then yeah. One of my friends actually recommended this movie for me because I personally really like stalking people. Stalking, not in a creepy way, maybe, I don't know. You tell me. So So when I go on night walks, I really like to look into other people's window. Like, having a glimpse of other people's life is just really interesting to me, because you live your own life. Even if you're with your spouse, your whatever, it's still their life, right? But like, just kind of having a little peek inside what other people's life is, and then how they put their furniture, and that do they have a bookshelf or not, it gives a sense of this person's personality, you know? Like, I find that really fascinating, and I really enjoy that. Yeah, so when I told my friend that, my friend was like, oh, you should watch this movie, Rare Window. And I'm like, sure. So I watched it, and I enjoyed it. Like, if I have this type of neighborhood that, like, my neighbors are literally just like, I can see them, and I can see what everyone is doing. I do not need social media. Like, every day I'm just gonna watch my neighbors. This is my leisure enjoyment. This is how I spend my leisure time. And excuse me. And a lot of the times when I'm in coffee shops, I really like people watching. I find that also looking at how people walk, looking how people talk or interact with each other, it's really interesting. Like, obviously I would have my own assumptions, but you know, it's just happening in my brain. It's not like I'm judging them just by the way they look or like whatever. It's like, oh, this person might have a cool story. I was like, oh, this person, I don't know. Like, it's just really interesting to me. I feel like out of all the portraits now, you know, jumping into another topic, I feel like all the portraits, as I can see, I do have somewhat of an improvement, especially with drawing the mouth. Like, I find that I can find the mouth angle pretty well, and yeah, I'm glad with that. For this portrait, I'm literally just really taking my time. Let me see, I feel like his ear should be outwards a little bit more. Yes, definitely. I think I drew his eye too far here. It should be like here, I think. Do I want to change it? I'll probably change it. Yeah. Here, right? Yes, and then his eyebrow should start here. And then his nose, I mean, it's okay. Ah! Oh, what? My eraser just fell, but it fell perfectly on my hand. I'm like, Let's see. Eyes. This is not sharp enough anymore. change another one. That looks way more like it. Should I put his eyebrow just a little bit higher? Probably. I'm gonna put it here. Nice. I like this one. And let's see. Where does his ear go? If his hair might be here. And then this might be his chin. And here just would be his ears. Nice, I like that. I think his chin is a little bit more slanted, like this part. Nice. Okay. And then now trying to block in his hair. Oh, something, talking about hair. I find it funny that most of the people that came here for the live portrait, they compliment on how I draw the hair. I personally think it's because all the other features doesn't look like them, only the hair. Yeah, but it's just me thinking like that. But it's probably true, you know? But like trying to be nice, it's like, ugh, this is so ugly. Doesn't look like me, but I'll compliment on the hair. So his neck. Like his posture is not really, this person's posture is not really good, and then I want to convey that type. And his neck is relatively long, so I want to convey that in the drawing. So I'm just constantly thinking, how can I convey that? Like why do people see that his neck is like pretty long and he has a bad posture? So I think it's because of here, this part, and where the collar stands. Yeah. I'm gonna add a little bit of darkness here. Why didn't I draw yesterday? Oh, yesterday after work, I just came to the studio and I uploaded the video. And then had to go celebrate a birthday, kind of. Cool. And then here you can kind of erase. So he has a sharper cheekbone, so we want to showcase that. Nice. 25 minutes already? Wow. Okay. I'm just going to add darker values to his face. And especially his eyeballs here. Going to lightly shadow this part. Ugh, that extra step kind of felt like he's mean. Kind of looked like he's mean. I shouldn't add that shade here. Yeah. Technically, I am done, and I can choose to just end it here, to be honest, but I'm just gonna add some parts of his hair. Darkest part here. All right, I think that's it for today. I'm just gonna write down today's date, August the 7th. All right, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.